Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Ephemeral One, and welcome back to more Valhalla. Thinking of Kira Mickey, buying a poster will prevent her from getting distracted. You've been talking a lot with that Alma girl. Jealous? Okay, so we'll get her a Kira Mickey statue. Hang on, what does it say? I could tear one off any wall in the vicinity, but hell knows what germs they have. Okay. Alright. And unfortunately, we lost power, but that means we do have more than enough money saved for rent. So, sucks, but not the worst thing. Let's see. Birth rate decreases as the youth prefer Lilum company. At the beginning of the century, the idea that people would rather be with robots instead of other humans was treated as a joke, but the reality is that the convenience of these kind of relationships have become immensely popular among Glitch City's youth, to the point where birth rates are beginning to decrease at an alarming rate. Anime, a 17-year-old student, agrees with the general sentiment. It's just so much better than dealing with other people, you know? You can just make your own perfect partner. Oh, and sex is amazing! Don't even get me started. It's expected that new regulations will soon be announced to address the situation. But Joe, being only with Lilum can be tiring, though. Oh boy. Wearing socks with sandals is now public crime. I like to say we have freedom to wear whatever we like in the streets of Glitch City, so long as we adhere to decency rules. However, that's about to change. Glitch City's Department of Public Decency has declared that wearing socks and sandals together is a punishable crime. If convicted, the guilty face 3 days in jail as punishment for using that abominable combo. But what do you think? Should we wear whatever we want, or should the fashion police of high society decide for you? Whatever the case, I think I'll simply stick to the right side of the battle. Goodbye, socks and sandals. Gods be praised. First silly law I'm all in for. I don't know what this game has in for people who wear socks with sandals, but it is a thing, and I know that it's not just relegated to this game. Oh boy. BTC closing 40% of its bars in Glitch City. The British Trademark Council is facing some economic troubles in Glitch City, and it looks like they're on their way out. Blaming rising inflation rates and the weak currency, the BTC has given the order to disband almost half of its recreational businesses in the city. We can't keep doing business like this. Glitch City has a negative impact on our earnings, and we can't continue in the red, a PR representative told the Augmented Eye. Prime Minister Quincy, on the other hand, thinks the BTC is just too greedy. They make a lot of money already, and now they're crying because they can't have more? Give me a break. Oh yeah, this. Late to the party, Augmented Eye. So yeah, that's still looming over us. Alright, it's the 29th of December. All we can do, get going to work. Another day to go. Good evening. Hey. Okay, so we've almost got everything, but we're still missing a couple of things for Saturday. And so, I designate you, Gillian Applegate, as the official guy who goes to buy the rest of the stuff. Applegate? I have no idea who that is. Why me? I could send Jill, but I wouldn't dare send a lady by herself. And I could go with her, but I believe the bar should have at least 2 people in the vicinity at all times. You're not gonna say anything, Jill? If it means not being delivery girl, I'm happy to fake helplessness. Fine, give me that list. I'll be back sometime. Something tells me you're planning something, boss. What gives you that impression? Call it a gut feeling? Did you know Gil has a crush? He what? A client of his, a girl that owns a bazaar. She's been coming on to him for ages, and he's only just started opening up. But he's taking steps backwards, and I'm not gonna let him. He's opening up, for fuck's sake! And so the errands will take him to the bazaar, I take it? That's right. Huh. Alright then, to the office I go. As for me, set that music and let's get to work. Commencing simulation to drive me wild till I forget who I was through that for all systems go with our favorite kind of nighttime maneuvers. Your love is a drug. As dawn approaches, the answer lies within the digital drive of Metropolis. We'll chase that skyline through our Carmetrine dreams. I don't know. I'm just making shit up as I go, folks. I just hope you all get to enjoy this game, because it is fun. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Gil with a crush, huh? This place, great! Oh, if it isn't... Hey, Jill, sorry, but is there anywhere I can hide? There's an unpleasant guy on my trail. Boss, stalked woman coming. The door's open. Go ahead, door to the left. Thanks. Hello there. Oh, hi there. The other one, that's the bathroom. Wait, what's the dog doing in the bathroom? Now, where did she... Oh, the hellhole. Perfect. Hey, kid, I'll have the usual. Right. Huh, he remembered me after 2 weeks. Donovan's usual drink, a big beer. Well, at least we know why she's running away. This guy is abrasive as all get out. And no, not every woman finds that commanding sort of personality actually attractive, no matter what guys like to tell themselves. But you're a guy. Maybe. A little bit. Here. Yeah, this seems right. The paper's been a mess lately. You'd think with all that's happening they'd stay and do more reports, but they're all asking for vacations and I can't afford to be understaffed. So I had to come up with some sort of reward for whoever produces the most reports. I see no difference in my feed, though. Mr. Donovan, I don't mean to sound rude, but you do know the infamy of the augmented eye with the general public, right? A shitty page that will over-sensationalize anything and report useless things? Of course I know. Then why not try to rectify that image? To put it simply, I'm being clutched by the balls, in the non-pleasant way. Zaibatsu Corp. And company have had their eye on every publication they haven't bought yet. Report on them once and they'll find something to fine you with. Twice and you'll find your resources severely cut. Anything beyond that, and the best case scenario is that they'll buy the damn operation to keep it quiet. I know there are more newsworthy things than whatever it is the lackeys picked out that week. But if I overstep, my ass is on the line. Huh. Glad to see this hellhole is still in one piece. The BTC has been going apeshit closing bars lately. Oh, yeah, that. Yesterday, they closed the one that served as a key part of a drug trafficking ring. And last week, they closed 3 small bars that served as illegal chicken restaurants. Huh. Not to mention there are like 100 people who have BTC certificates but never use them. Instead, they keep those credentials around to stop police from raiding their homes or warehouses. I don't know about you, but it's obvious to me that some restructuring will begin at the BTC after this whole thing. Oh, man. Shit ran deeper than I thought. And no news outlet talks about that. Alright, kid. Let's try a moonblast now. Come again? Hey, even I have to break up the routine from time to time. Moonblast? That's a new one for him. Indeed. Yep. The one thing that isn't in it. Alright, on the rocks and blended. But yeah, it's one of those things. Donovan is... He's in a bad situation and being stretched thin himself, so... Here. Now, let's see what this ruckus is about. So... What brought you here? Oh, right. Didn't you see a Lilum come in here? Blue hair, big tits. She's the one from the Encore concert coming up. Not really. Did she jump to the roof then? Why were you looking for her? Did you want an interview? Not really. Just hitting on her. Hey, I was hitting on her, not hitting her. Stop glaring. Why, though? Are you that bored? Don't you have, like, a family or something? Have you seen that girl? Hot as tits. Also a hot ass and tits. I'm suffering the weirdest combo of being hard as fucking curious as shit right now. I want to know just how detailed those King Class CH-1A models are, personally. And so you followed her. I've yet to meet a woman that can resist the charms of Donovan D. Dawson. You're in front of one, and I'm guessing you have quite the selective memory. Like I said, don't you have a family or something? A wife, but that woman cheats on me as much as I cheat on her. In fact, I'm pretty convinced she gets off on the thought of me cheating on her. So that Lilum isn't here, huh? I'll have to find a busty enough replacement tonight or I'll explode. Hey, after you're done glaring, please serve me a pile driver. Right. Let's just give him a pile driver. Literally. Yeah. Jill is right. He probably does have a very selective memory of that. Plenty of women have probably shot him down and he's just ignored it. Here. Alright. Well, seeing as she's not here, I have no reason to stay. Maybe I'll find someone that looks a bit like her. The guy left. Oh, alright. Thanks for sheltering me, Dana. Hope your sister likes the video. No, thank you. Seems you had a hearty talk. Your boss is such a fun person. Her sister's a fan of mine, so I recorded a small video for her and took a couple of photos. Oh, how nice of you. It's nothing, really. And she did hide me, so it's the least I could do. But, well, we're here already. Mind giving me something sweet? Sure. Miss Idle wants something sweet. Do we go Blue Fairy or Sparkle Star? Yeah, let's go Sparkle Star. Aged and mixed. Here. Thanks! So, do you know why Donovan was following you? I don't, but I wasn't in the mood to deal with him. His questions were a bit over the line last time, too. Not the worst I've dealt with, but I just didn't want to humor him. I see. Seems like he was just trying to come on to you. You don't say. Well, not like he'd have a chance anyway. I'm not into older guys, and I'm already committed to a relationship. Figure. Wait, you are? It's not common knowledge, and the ones that try to hear it or try to dismiss it as rumors, but I've been in a relationship with my producer for a while now. Really? We were both single, and that kind of stuff is bound to happen when you spend so much time together. But it all started when he read an entry I made in my blog about wanting to experience love and the like. He offered to help with that after he read it, and I thought, sure, why not? I already knew him well enough, and it wouldn't hurt to try. How nice. He's a stick in the mud where planning is due, but he's a sweetheart otherwise. I see. You know, I've met 2 fans of yours lately. Really? Both of them seemed so excited when they were talking about you. It was amazing. I don't like the term fan too much. It strikes me as a bit pretentious in my opinion. I have many fans doesn't sit so well. I like many people who like my music better. Fan evokes an uglier, more pretentious image of me. Do you like what I do, Jill? Do you like my music? To be honest, I haven't had much exposure to your work, but the few things I've heard are really good. And, not gonna lie, having talked to you, I feel like I would support you even if you didn't like it. Oh, that's so nice to hear! Hey, this all sounds familiar, but do you have anything like tea? Let me see. Tea-like. If I remember correctly, something bitter but girly. Fluffy Dream, was it? Bitter girly. Sunshine Cloud. Okay. Oh, wait. Bronson extract. And load it. Because why? Because she's fun drunk. Because last time she commanded her frigging, her fan base as like an army. We ride! Here. Yeah, this works. Hey, you're a King Class CH-1A, right? That I am. May I ask you something about your model? Sure. Are there any differences between you and a DFC-72? We both serve the same purpose, but DFC-72s have the port on their heads, which makes them more versatile. My line lacks that, or the resilience of the DT-01Ds. We're a tad more polished elsewhere. More specifically, our voice emulators are more advanced and our movements are smoother. A trade-off of functionality and power for appearance, you could say. Ah, I see. So anything new for this concert? Well, it is an encore, so we're trying to make it the same for those that couldn't go the first one. But we always try to spice it up, like maybe with a surprise song or something. There was this one time I sang a cover of a song by B-Link. Of course, in return, they sang Your Love is a Drug. Ah. Oh, so you know the B-Link girls. Really nice kids. You'd be surprised how different from their onstage personas they are. Really? Susie, for example, can be really childish at times. She also laughs a lot, and loudly at that. Meanwhile, Ina is a party girl through and through. If they're not on tour, she spends her time partying like crazy. Hard to believe. I mean, their image is that of stoic girls with little expression. Almost like living Victorian dolls or something. Well, they wanted to pop out in public. They once told me, if we want people to notice us, we have to break the cutesy idol concept. And so they took the opposite route by becoming cool beauties with melancholic songs? I wouldn't say they went the opposite way. The opposite of cutesy idols would be unkempt, tone-deaf girls spewing vitriol and hate. True, I guess. Well, I've got to go, but let's have a Sparkle Star first. Alright. But yeah, and that's one of those things that's kind of interesting is to process that, yeah, people's on-stage or public personas are not necessarily the same as what they'll get behind the stage. Aged and mix. Here. Sparkling! Well, it's always a bit of pleasure, Jill. Please come again. Will do! Oh, the handsome bartender. Nice to see you. Boss, Gil's back. I'm taking my break. Alright. Well, that was a quick one. Yep, we got to see Kira Mickey again. The sweetheart droid who loves what she does. That's one thing that is pretty common among Lilim. They usually try to find what they enjoy and kind of fall into loving what they do. I mean, note to self, buy oil for that door. Alright then. Gil, you're in my spot, please. Sorry. Also, you're cleaning one of Boss's chicken buckets. Did Boss ask you to do that? If I told you she did, would you believe me? Without a doubt. Let's go with that then. Right. Greetings. Ah, Stella, what can I get you? I'll go with a Bleeding Jane today. Bleeding Jane for Stella. Just a lot of people popping in and out, but with the holiday season, it makes sense. Lots of people, lots to do. Plus, it's a nice little hideaway, but we can see that Stella is also quite busy on her own. A professional career working woman, you can imagine. Here you go. Thank you. What brought you here today? Waiting for Say? I came by myself, actually. I was in the area and stopped by to say hi. Oh. It's pretty interesting, though. When I first saw you, I doubt you'd ever come here again. Well, this place is comfortable, I must admit. So quiet and secluded. It's also clean. Really clean. Gil is the one you could owe that to. The guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here. If you ever need cleaning staff, he's a nice pick. Really? He's a bit out of it today, though. I see. Hey, Jill, have you ever heard of the new gold rush in the city? Gold rush? Everyone is paying small fortunes to get their hands on pieces of white knight suits. I think I heard or read something about that, but I'm having doubts, so probably not. In any case, how is it a gold rush? Well, the tech behind those suits was safely guarded, but after the events at the bank... After the events at the bank, the suits were remotely shut down, breaking many of them in the process. Many units dropped their armor right there and fled when the lynchings went on. Any white knight still stuck in their suit had to take the armor off manually and run away. It all happened in the middle of the lynchings, so they'd be sitting ducks if they didn't. Some weren't that lucky. They got up, beaten up, while they weren't able to move. So between the suits becoming glorified paperweights and many white knights going on the run, there ended up being a lot of junk lying around. But the whole scientific community is rejoicing. They're on the race to reverse engineer the suits and take as much technology as possible from them. And of course, even a single piece of the armor fetches a high price these days. Could anyone see any profit from that research to justify those expenses? It's new tech, a whole new field ripe with patents just opened for many, so I'd say yes. I mean, the BTC is literally a conglomerate built upon patents and trademarks. I can see how. There is one weird case, though. There's this guy named Jacques. He's the captain of a very unique Blitzkrieg Corps unit. Unique? The guy had a really small unit, 5 people including himself. The aesthetics of his unit's armor were heavily modded to the point that they looked like a squad of henshin heroes. And what? Busted! She watches the equivalent of Power Rangers and Tokusatsu. They looked really gaudy. But it turned out that the guy actually broke through the software and disabled the remote switch. He has one of the few, if not only, suits of armor with the OS intact. To say they're among the most wanted people would be an understatement. You know a lot about this. It's interesting, the amount of things you hear when dealing with drunk people of all kinds in the same place. It also helps out to put on a front that makes people lower their guard. That should sound familiar to you. True. Wait. Here's a freebie, a fun fact. The failsafe was originally going to involve the armor blowing up and leaving no traces. But regulations and laws didn't allow that kind of technology near civilians. I guess even Zaibatsu Corp has its limits, huh? People love to demonize Zaibatsu Corp because, let's face it, they're far from innocent. But they're not evil overlords, they're just greedy. They're just a big corporation, after all. They just so happen to have control over what tantamounts to a city-state. But corporations will naturally resort to draconian methods. I've heard horror stories from people outside the city about trying to use product placement. If you so much as hold a bottle the wrong way, or get in the way of a logo, you'll be in for lots of trouble. And let's not start with the theme parks or the like. There's dystopias of their own. Then again, the most of the demonization is due to Quincy being such a clown. He has no power anyways. He's just the front of whatever the council behind Zaibatsu Corp chose. He makes a fool of himself, and the attention is taken away from whatever it is that Zaibatsu Corp is actually doing. Yeah. So what you're saying is that Glitch City is basically a huge theme park. I've called the White Knights glorified mall security in the past, so yeah. Huh. No, seriously, and what? Can I get up Brantini here, please? Sure. Let's give her a Brantini. Got caught in 4K. No, everyone knows what the Power Rangers, or whatever the modern equivalent here is. Aged and mixed. Here. Thanks. So I take it you're in a good mood today. Does it show? A bit. Yeah, well, I managed to nab a couple of tickets for the Killer Mickey encore concert. Nice. All right, as it turns out, she was just here. Again! Sorry? Again? Can't believe I just missed her. I was surprised too. I was more surprised she remembered my name though. And like last time, she was quite the graceful client. Man, so those rumors about her being really nice in person were actually true. Amazing. I mean, you always want the famous people to be nice in real life. But having such backing to that claim, to hear that she's so nice to everyone, it's nice to hear, you know? In fact, many think that's what made her so famous so quickly. How she's down to earth and totally accessible, making her someone everyone wants to root for. Ah, I see. Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't want to feel like you're supporting crappy people. Although, to be honest, I've never put much thought into that one. Hell, half the time I have no idea who made what I use, nor do I much care. Being a nice person will take you far, though. My daddy always insisted that being ruthless in the boardroom doesn't mean being an ass. And he has actually managed to get certain contracts over other more powerful people, all thanks to being a nice guy overall. Sounds like good advice. But more importantly, Daddy? Do you really believe me saying she was here just that easily? You're not the kind to lie about stuff like that, so sure. Thanks, I guess. That said, you can go to the concert so easily? What about security and the like? My dad always has a unit keeping an eye on me from a distance. And you'd be surprised at how easily I can disguise myself with a different hairdo and a cap. I see. I wonder if I could get in the disabled line with Say and her wounds. Although she'll probably nag me about how she doesn't need it and we shouldn't abuse that. Hey, can you get me a classic drink? Sure. A good classic. Let's try frothy water. Haven't done one of those. You know what? 2. Aged and mixed. Here. Thank you. Do you have many servants around the house, Stella? I do, but they've been with us for so long, they're pretty much family. My dad has always said that if you earn someone's trust, they'll gleefully work for you, and everyone wins. We even had a young gardener that left to study engineering, and he actually came back. He still comes by every weekend to tend to the plants. Man, that sounds nice. Let me know if you're ever in need of a job. I might find you something. Thanks for the offer. Wait, I just realized something's off with the whole tech gold rush story. What would that be? Wouldn't all the tech be patented anyways? I get trying to crack it in the first place, but... Oh, that would be true if the tech was patented in the first place. It isn't? Saibatsu Corp has been so paranoid about making White Knights untouchable that they never patented everything. A patent would be in a database that someone could hack and retrieve valuable info from. Not to mention they've been using tech from other companies without any authorization. And no patent registry in their right mind would approve of that global shutdown signal. Let alone how it immobilized everyone still inside one of those suits. So the ones that were upholding the law did so by using suits that are by all means illegal. The irony runs deep, wouldn't you say? Why do it though? When you have so much money, you start thinking you can screw around with the rules. All that power makes you think you're above every law there is. And this city is what happens when those with money start making the rules. I'm curious though, have you ever covered up any fuck-ups by using money? I think we've all done things that we're not too proud of at some point in our lives. Well, Jill, I gotta go. Always a pleasure. Please come again. Ah, Alma. No, hello. You're pretty insistent on that one, aren't you? It's basic courtesy. Something I will fight to uphold. First the greeting stop, then saying please and thanks stops, and before you know it, boom, total anarchy. You're exaggerating. I'm not. In fact, I'll go through that door again and I expect you to properly greet me this time. Fine. Hello, Jill. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. 'Tis some visitor, I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, only this and nothing more. You overdid it. You totally overdid it. Quoth the bartender, I did not. Oh, so you like poetry? I had a phase. Can I get you something? Let's start with a big cobalt velvet. Sure. the random Edgar Allan Poe reference. Sorry, I needed a drink too. I know I'm not getting the ladies really right tonight, but hey, I'm trying. All on the rocks and mixed. Here, Thanks. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering about for a while. Oh? Does the name Shadowmaster 69's Chronicles ring any bells? Wow, you went pale. No, the name doesn't ring any bells. May 22nd. Today my daily card readings told me that I'd meet great change, thanks to an old man. My biology teacher told me I had been picked for an inter-school contest with my latest essay. I just knew a scientific theory on the ideas of others was revolutionary as I thought. Soon I'll bring the world into the occult science singularity. Later entries don't seem to have gone that well, though. Mentions of being laughed at, being lectured on why essay was wrong. Jill? I made sure to delete that blog! No evidence should be left! I can think of at least 6 different sources off the top of my head that all have all that stuff archived. Why? Why? Jeez, relax. It's not that bad. What do you mean it's not that bad? Don't you realize how embarrassing it all is? We've all been young, Jill. Relax. It's not like you're still like that nowadays. That would have been embarrassing. You're not still like that, right? Gods, no. I gave up on the whole occult stuff. It's just that remembering all that stuff is... I don't know. I like the way you looked. All dressed in all black with that accessory popping out. Thanks to the colors. I mean, at least you had the decency to use makeup and take care of yourself. So you have a pick. Oh God, you have a fucking pick. Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig out the sins of my past? I was bored. Last Friday, I had to take my mind off the whole Diana thing, so I ran a small background check on you. Simple stuff, just checking past internet secure activity. Please don't run background checks like that. I just used a search engine, you know? I didn't request documents or anything. What led you to the page? You do realize your main mail account everywhere is still the one that you used back then, right? Like I said, relax. You were obsessed with cultism. I wanted to kiss all the boys. And I kinda almost accomplished that in middle school, which still sort of haunts me today. Never underestimate the lengths old classmates will go to track you down. Especially if they still think you're the girl that kissed them for fun and they're lonely to boot. We all have things we're not too proud of as adults. Now I know how criminals feel when evidence is used against them. I have to ask, though, why the 69? It was supposed to be 6'9", not 69, like in reference to both Lovers and the Hermit. I was convinced it meant wise choices. Jill, there's nobody that would read that as 6'9". I was 12 at the time. Even at 12, I fucking knew what 69 was. Just how innocent were you back then? You have no idea. Well, let's sweeten things up a bit. I'll have a sugar rush. Sure. Another sugar rush. Well, just for that, it gets loaded. Here. This is the thing. Say, Alma, speaking of the past, what was your last long-term relationship like? That's sudden. You dug through my past, I've earned the right to dig through yours. Fine, fine. Long-lasting relationships, huh? Romantic ones, I'm guessing? Yep. Well, I've had about 4 boyfriends who I'd describe as such, that I've introduced to my family and all. The first one was in high school. I broke up with him because he cheated on me. I remember the other girl trying to pick a fight and me just saying, keep the fucker. The second one was during my freshman year. I broke up with him after he thought it'd be funny to punch me in the arm. He starts with a friendly hit, and before you know it. Anyway, the other guy I met shortly after I dropped out. He was interested in marriage, but he wanted to get married after only half a year or so of knowing. I have family members like this who do this shit. I don't get it. You know someone 6 months and you want to marry them. Wow, I will never understand this. Oh, wait, hang on. We gotta make Jill happy. There it is. Alright. And then there's Richard. Who? I spent almost 4 years with him. We got along pretty well. We had awesome chemistry. I truly loved him. But as time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family. He didn't? Moreover, he wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids. There's a part of me that wanted to believe, even for just a little bit, that maybe he'd change his mind. But as much as I loved him, that one detail brought a growing gap between us. And on one point, I just had to break up with him. But I'm not here to depress you. Bring me a beer, will you? Sure. And for telling us the truth, we'll make sure it's a big one. 'Cause, yeah, we all have those relationships we're not happy or proud of, but... Thanks for telling me that, by the way. Oh, don't mention it. Okay, one more question and we're even. Wow, you really are embarrassed of that bloke, huh? Sure, ask away. At what point did you get those implants in your boobs? Jill, I love you, and I know you're saying that in jest. But I've lived through so many rumors about me getting plastic surgery, I can't and won't take it as a joke. As such, and honoring our friendship, I'll just say this. They're real, and they're spectacular. Now ask the real question before I slap you. I'll grant you one, and only one chance to call me by my full name as compensation then. I'll gladly take your offer. It's funny, but that you mentioned slapping, because my real question was, why did you get your hands chopped? Chopped. Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first is that I spend lots of time typing, and these replacements help me avoid carpal tunnel syndrome, which is a bitch and a half, and there are plenty of people who have it, and I can understand this. Oh? The other utilities, like how I can interface with many devices. For example, there's a tiny computer embedded in my glasses. If I move my index finger, it acts like a computer's cursor. There's lots more, but they're small things that don't sound impressive when I say it out loud. How did your family take the operation? Oh, they took it well enough, except for my mom. She freaked out for months. She even went to the hospital to ask for my hands. Don't you miss them? Sometimes, but just during emotional moments. But as luck would have it, someone else has them. Shortly before my operation, there was an accident on the highway. One of the victims was this young lady whose right hand got completely crushed. I told them to check if we were compatible and all that. I mean, implants are not everyone's first choice if they can get natural replacement. A bit of cosmetic treatment and it could pass off as her original hand with no problem. Last I heard, we were compatible and the family agreed to the donation. I don't know what became of her, but I hope she's fine. And you didn't tell your mom about that? I didn't want her pestering the poor girl. So, are we cool now? Are we even now? Are we? You were pretty pissed about my comment regarding your boobs. Again, I'm sorry, it just sounded a lot less rude in my head. Yeah, don't worry about that. Besides, I get to call you Julianne once. Now you don't. Why? You just called me by my full name. Are you serious? One chance, and only one chance, and you just used it up. Damn it! Surprise! Hey Alma, this might be a weird tangent, but do you believe in ghosts? Hey! Not particularly, no. Although there was this paper I read once that was quite interesting. It proposed a scenario where nanomachine clusters would leave the body after death, and then acted as a collective hive mind through residual brainwaves. The results would basically be an image, not unlike a hologram. Of course, the hypothesis fell through because such nanomachine density would be impossible in a body. Even 5% of the amount needed is enough to make the blood too dense for the heart. And it's not like the brainwaves are potent enough to create those reactions. Still an interesting read, though. I see. Don't look at me. Give me that look. It's not my fault that you convinced yourself you're crazy. Well, I'll leave then. See you tomorrow. See ya. All done? I am. What about you, Gil? For some reason, the idle girl left him like that, it seems. You think? It might have been while he was out. True. Hey boss, you're a fan of wrestling, aren't you? I mean, you were a wrestler, so... That I am. Yeah, why? I was wondering, isn't wrestling fake? Aren't twin tails for little girls and teens with 8th grade syndrome? Wow, that is a deep reference and cut. I'm not going to go through the full explanation of that one, but let's just leave it at that's an anime cut, and that's a very deep one. 8th grade, what? When you get down to it, wrestling is as real as a soap opera. I mean, you don't really expect a legal lawsuit to be fixed in a ring, right? Sure, in my ideal world, you would solve legal problems through good old wrestling, but... No, seriously. 8th grade, what? Much you don't go around calling soap operas fake. It's a show. It just so happens to use fights as an expression. You might as well see it as a unique form of theater. Besides, considering the injuries many wrestlers suffer, it's not all that fake. Very, very true. If wrestling isn't so much that it's fake, so much as you're not... It is very much a case of your people... These people get hurt a lot in those shows. Yes, they're shows, so they're playing characters. The wrestling personas are characters they're playing. But the work and the effort and the exertion it takes to maintain those physiques, to keep their shape, and to go on and do those shows where they hurt themselves over and over again, takes incredible mental fortitude. Huh, I didn't think about it that way. Sadly, I won't stand for anyone bad-mouthing wrestling. So now I have to go and break Gil's back to make you humble. Oh, well, wait, what? Come here, fuckboy! Fuckboy! 8th grade, what? No mistakes. Commission, yep. Who would have thought we'd get a bona fide idol in the bar? Yeah. You were charged the $10,000 for rent for your rent. Have a nice day. Alright, so she'll focus at work. We have a roof over our heads for another month. Yay! Yeah, it just never feels any better. Paying for rent. Oh, nothing dangerous, but... Grand Slam Fighters crowns new heavyweight champion. Glitch City's most popular pro wrestling promotion crowned a new heavyweight champion, with Giant Yusuke taking the gold from fellow Japanese wrestler Justin Liger. After previous champion 66 American Kid was forced to relinquish the title due to a head injury, GSF decided to hold a tournament to find a new title award holder. The match ended after an epic 30-minute bout, with Giant Yusuke applying a massive German suplex for a 3 count. During an interview with AE, Giant Yusuke told us that through a translator that he's waiting for a 66 American Kid to recover. I won't rest until I beat him clean. So exciting. If only I understood what's going on. Ah, boy. Give me a sec. After the Great Earthquake, salvage agents are the new rage. the great earthquake that sank large portions of the world 5 years ago also created an unexpected new profession, salvage agents. Summer Aki is one of these salvagers, and she shares her experience with the augmented eye. Seeing big cities like Tokyo and places like Caracas several kilometers below the ocean's surface, that's something that gets to you, you know? Millions lived here before the Great Earthquake, and it's on to me to retrieve their memories, their lives. Aki is now working to retrieve items from a research facility in Tanegashima Island in Japan. And Australia? Australia is a tad more complicated than that. Oh. Wonder what happened to Australia. I mean, it getting sunk too. But maybe there was something worse happened. New Lilum regulations. The current regulations preventing Lilum from looking too human have been working well so far, but Glitch City's government is planning to create even more laws so as to enforce more robot-like features among the Lilum in a bid to reduce identity theft. Glitch City, the first station to adopt the current standard of artificial intelligence and robots, was the first to allow robots into normal society, quickly giving them necessary rights so as to sustain a long-term experiment about their role in human evolution. Unfortunately, the first year saw numerous reports of identity theft, resulting in the need for more stringent methods. It's unknown what kind of laws we'll have in their future regarding their existence. But people look more robot-like by the day, too. Yeah, because all the machinery that has to be, like for replacing limbs or, well, like Alma's hands, Jackie's eye, and, chest piece. There's a lot. So it's a question of how organic you are. Oh, wow. Talk about your good publicity. We got talked about by Kira Mickey herself. The name sounds VA-11 Hall A. The name sounds a bit silly and a bit hard to pronounce. Good thing it's actually called Valhalla. The funny numbers and letters are just a code. Anyway, I visited this cute small bar downtown twice after getting lost for a bit. I think the area was called the Neon District. At first it was a bit scary because I forgot my way back, but once I got in there, I felt really safe and at home. The bartenders are a bunch of sweethearts, and the boss was such a class act. I even took a photo with her and sent a video to her little sister. I look forward to visiting again. The drinks are very tasty, even though they weren't made of real alcohol. I don't know if I want the bar to suddenly become a fan tourism hotspot. Hey, if it'll get you in and help you, help us keep the bar open, that'd be nice. But we'll see. Let's go to work. December 30th. Good evening. Gil, wow, excuse me. Gil, are you humming Shine Spark? Hey Jill. Are you okay? Are you in love, maybe? Nothing of the sort. I'm fine. Right. No, seriously, did you fuck? Men only get so happy after they fucked. That's not... Oh my god, you totally fucked! Was it Alma? Did you have 7 minutes in heaven with her? No, I didn't. In any case, congratulations! I haven't seen you this happy since... well, never. Today's escapades will bring us to a familiar place and... Shit. Gil, I'm out. I'm gonna... Not so fast, flat bartender, if that's even your real name. Last time, my viewership had a weird peak while I was passed out. So I'm here to find out what made people so interested. Huh? Do I have something on my face? This guy totally fucked. No doubt about it. That gleam in his eyes is unmistakable. Whatever, just keep it down. Jill, you're here. Isn't it the passed out girl from 2 weeks ago? I am not here. Oh, sorry. I'll be back in my office then. Anyway, I kind of like this music, so I'm gonna stick with it. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Well, you were too happy and you were too mopey. What happened? I was right. Eh? That Laura girl was head over heels for him. I was right on the money. Um, that girl. I'm not here. Sorry. Isn't she the one that was passed out last time? Anyways, Betty was right and that deserves a beer. And you? I'm fine. A Friday beer for a cheerful Betty. She's gonna be intolerably smug all night. Oh boy. You ever have that person who, when they find out they're right about something, they just become intolerably smug? Yeah. For the occasion. Alright. So the girl was actually infatuated with him. You should have seen her, screaming from the top of her lungs that she liked him. And him just standing there thinking. Just like that. In retrospect, it was a tad too cliched for my taste. Still, I knew she liked him. I was right. I was right. He doesn't seem particularly happy. Oh, he never is. Unlike your co-worker. Holy shit, did he fuck? You're making it too obvious, Gil. How? That beaming face is unmistakable. That is the face of a guy that got some and enjoyed every moment. I'm sorry, I have to break character a minute just because I love that. I'm sorry, I fucking love that. Gil is just absolutely broken with the... I'm not doing anything. You're smiling. What? Why does that mean? Everyone can tell that you got laid smile. If you've never experienced it or seen it, there's a fucking glow that happens that you cannot suppress, you cannot control. It is just there. Okay. Oh man. Okay. I love that line so much. Alright. Back to Deal, though. Like I said, he seems lost in thought. Victories like this are few and far between. Let me enjoy myself. Can I get something non-alcoholic here? That's not how you brown your sorrows, piece of scrap. I'll have a Bloom Light. Okay. Bloom Light and something non-alcoholic. God, I love that. Yeah, let's go big. All aged, on the rocks, and mixed. And next one, something non-alcoholic. Gut punch. Feels like he already had one, but we'll see. Aged and mixed. Here. Thanks. Same. Celebrate all you want, but I'm freaking out here. I know nothing about relationships. I have no idea what to do. Well, for starters, what do you think, Jill? Me? Her? Betty, I've seen a few of your relationships, remember? Aside from Veronica, there's Angela, Pamela, Sandra, Rita, Monica, Erica, Tina, Mary, and Jessica. Or should I say, Didn't share the bed sheet, snores like a pig, cold feet, shampoo waster, chocolate addict, too religious, fan of the wrong rugby team, teetotaler, and chews with mouth open. What do you think, Joe? That you must be quite the heartbreaker to have so many relationships in a short period of time. I mean about the piece of scrap situation. And thank you. I'm not the right person for this. Gil? He's still on fucking Cloud 9. Or is it fucking in Cloud 9? What about Sneaky? I'll be damned. She actually hides pretty well. For starters, how do you feel about her? I don't know. I don't know her that well. You could start there. Ask her out sometime. Get to know her. Maybe she'll change her mind. Maybe you'll change yours. In the end, you lose nothing by... What? I just realized I'm giving love advice to a Lilim. So I don't know how well it applies to you. These things are human and all but organs nowadays anyway. Even if that's the case, it's interesting that she felt that way towards him. Why wouldn't she? This is a fella's a good catch if I do say so myself. And like I said, human and all but organs. You've surely encountered Lilim that you sometimes forget are not humans. Well, we live in a weird times, but hey, they only make it more interesting. It's odd going to other cities and not seeing the same integration of Lilim, though. Well, Glitch City is pretty much the cradle of social experiments involving Lilim integration, so... Anyway, just try to get to know her. You'll find out how you feel afterwards. Yeah, I think I'll try that. It's quite uninspired advice if you ask me. Anything else? Let's commemorate the occasion with a piano man and a piano woman. Okay. I believe they're automatically big, so yeah. On the rocks and just mixed. And piano woman. And 3 Carbotrine. Aged and mixed. Here you go. And now we reach a stalemate. I'd normally take the piano man, but I feel there's symbolic value in taking the woman. Why order it like that then? I hate Laura. You what? She's gonna take you away from me. You're my piece of scrap, not hers. You're mine. Mine! Betty, you don't own me. Besides, I can't, for the life of me, leave you alone. I feel like the moment I let you out of my sight, you'll just crash. That's not the laughing matter. You need someone making sure you aren't kicking people. That's not normal, you know. Besides, it's not like I have something with her yet. You're right. So you won't leave me? I'd worry myself sick if I left you to your own devices, honestly. We should leave now. Oh yeah. We're having a small New Year's party tomorrow. I don't know if you want to come. Well, come! Are you sure? We will. Fine. We'll be here, Jill. Anyways, see you then. Bye, Bill. Please come again. Party? I'd love to go! But I told everyone tomorrow I'd end the year with a party myself, so... Sorry. I totally forgot she was already here. Man, that was such bliss. Still, I can see how the traffic spiked. Things get funny here. And just like last time, I need to show my viewers something fun. Give me something nasty. She wants something nasty again, huh? Zenstar. Sure. On the rocks, 4 of each. Here. This is the... Hold on. It was nasty, alright. And now it's time for me to be such a nice person and give you something nice. Eh? It's the second time I'm here, so it's only natural you get your own copy of my theme song. No, thank you. Don't be shy, let me give you one. I mean it. No, thank you. Well, too late. It's already in your player. Thank you. How in the ever-living fuck did you do that? Magic. That's bullshit. Video editing magic. Did you just hack into the music player? Let's move on, shall we? Yeah, whatever. Hey, weren't there dogs? Last time you talked about this place like it was this zaning haven of sorts, but I see the same shit. Seriously, no decorations or anything of the like? Good question. Where are the dogs? I either haven't paid enough attention to their arrival or they haven't come. Idols, newspaper managers, talking dogs, and yet this is the same old bar like last time. I might sue you for fake advertising, you know? Now that I think about it, the boss just donated money to this Sierra thing, and then tricked the dog into coming here as a part-timer for kicks. Oh well. Anything interesting happened lately? I mean, it's not like I miss them, but they should at least show their faces. I love that Jill has just completely zoned out on streaming. Like, she has completely just lost streaming Chan. Hello? Oh, sorry. What did you say? I was asking if there were any new stories. This is not a newspaper, you know. Nor is it a crazy stories on demand streaming service. That's a big fat lie, and you know it. Shut up. But I said nothing. I meant, so shut the idea up. Yeah, that. I won't! Last time I came here, the viewership peaked for some reason. I want to find out why. Maybe Pretty Boy over there could tell us the story of who he fucked. He's so distracted he won't even make a retort. Amazing. I guess there's something worth saying, but... Then I want to hear it! Well, Kira Mickey came here yesterday again. You're shitting me! You expect me to believe she came all the way here again? Do you even have proof like the glass from last time? Well, if I may interject. You've been listening, boss? The walls are pretty thin. Oh. Anyway, she did. I even took a pic with her. She did what? Let's see. Why? I try to make an appointment with her and she's always busy. But you sit here and she just comes waltzing over? It's not fair. Hey, if I knew how the hell stuff like that happened, I'd share my secrets. I was just as baffled as you are right now. Yeah, but I bet you're not even that much of a fan anyway, are you? You're not wrong. Can you at least tell me how nice she was as a client? Very graceful client, much like the last time. A really nice girl. I'm gonna give you my number. If she ever comes back, you let me know, you hear? Not gonna let you keep her to yourself. I really doubt she'll come back again, though. She already came twice. I'm not taking any chances. I need something to drown this anger with. Give me something girly, will you? Okay. Girly drink, huh? Well, she is pursuing... she is pursuing Kira Mickey, so let's give her a blue fairy. That seems appropriate. And maybe if we get her pissed drunk, she'll actually leave sooner. For much to Jill's hope. Here. Let's just chill a bit. It's still not fair. You know, you're boring today. You're not chatting that much, nor are you able to do anything funny. Maybe the whole peak viewership thing is just you. Eh? Maybe this bar and me both had nothing to do with the spike. Maybe we're just that good. Are you hitting on me? Am not. In fact, I'm trying to get you to leave pronto. Oh, don't be so hard on the girl. She's fun. And another nuisance shows up. What? Joe hates me. It's not hate. It's just... Wait, I'm not having this conversation again. Boring. Hey, you are curious, right? About Fuckboy's partner? Want to know who it was? Do you know? Maybe not. Maybe not settles it then. Not taking any chances. Oh, come on! Bartender, you're making lots of faces there. It's nothing, really. Did the two bartenders break or something? Should I call the manager? Tech support? Hey, Joe, inner and outer voice, remember? Fuck. What? Who fucked? Aside from that guy, I mean. Say, you're oddly calm today. Well, I've been getting more sleep lately. That way I don't feel like if I stop speaking, I'll die. Crash is one hell of a drug. And wouldn't you know, I can actually make it premium time if I go for commando. Huh? Come on, I'm getting bored out of my ass here. Do something! I'm not a dog. You can't just ask me to roll over, you know. Mind if I entertain you then a bit? Boss? You and Gil take a break. I'll entertain the missy here. Alright. Jill. By that, I meant take Gil with you. I don't want him humming to the middle of the road right into a truck's grill. Grilled Gil. Right. Alright, Gil, come with me. Eh? Gil has to go take his break, but he's so distracted from getting laid. Everyone's terrified he's gonna just walk into traffic. Oh, I love this game so much. Alright. Want one? No thanks. I don't smoke. Alright, I got a text from Alma. Boss, Alma and Gil didn't fuck. Well, that's a bummer. She is sending congratulations your way, though. Tell her I said thanks, I guess. So who was the lucky girl? So it was a guy? I never thought you swung that way. It wasn't a guy. So it was a girl. And you did fuck. I don't feel comfortable talking about that, you know? You don't make things easy for me, though. How so? I mean, you're pretty hard to get close to, you know? You never talk about yourself. You're talkative, so long as it doesn't involve you directly. Teasing you is literally the only way to get through to you. You make me sound like some weird loner. You are a weird loner. At least tell me if you enjoyed the night you spent with whoever it was. I did. Good for you. Why are you humming Sunshine Stone so much, though? Well, after that idol girl came again yesterday, I looked up her discography and I can't stop humming or listening to them. Right. Oh god, you didn't fuck the idol girl, did you? No, why would that be a problem though? I don't know, it just feels weird. Well, that's it for the break. Let's go back. Right. Oh, and Gil? Hmm? Keep in mind what I said about opening up more. I mean it. That way we won't have to tease you so often. Listening to you say that has to be the weirdest thing I've heard this year. Shut up. Wonder if Alma finds Gil attractive. And that's that. Back. What were you two doing out back there? Fucking. Oh, so just chatting then. Holy crap, did you two really fuck? John has the face of a man who fucked to death recently. See, Gil, you're making it too obvious. How? Well, what will you have today? I'll have a gut punch. Coming right up. What? Nothing. Dorothy wants a gut punch. Is the world ending? Well, let's give it to her. And, of course, load it down. Aged and mixed. Hi there, Mr. Go. Here. Stop looking at me like that. Sorry. Are you okay? It's weird for you to order something like that. I'm just trying out stuff. Did you know Lilim tongues are designed to identify food using chemical components? Our tongues were designed with the human ones in mind. For example, the first flavors that we detect are sour and bitter, just like you guys. I checked my personal specs and apparently my sensitivity is set to 1.2235x. That makes me hate those flavors because I feel them harder. Why all that exposition? I mean, I'd lie if I say I wasn't interested, but why? Well, after last time, I got curious and started checking how many of my systems worked in detail. For example, the tips of my fingers are so sensitive to vibrations, you can make a seismograph with them. Huh. And checking that, I found that it's all based on how humans work. And that got me thinking about what you said. I mean, for my systems to work, humans had to understand how they work. And after all those discoveries, they're still not any more or less artificial. Why should I be? I don't know, looking up all that suddenly made me feel real. It was the opposite of what I felt last time. I feel like I'm right here, right now. Right on. Glad to hear that. Alright then, let's try something sweet now. There it is. Sweet drinks. Let's go. Yeah, Sparkle Star. Aged and mixed. Here. Ah, nice. To be honest, it's a bit surreal for me. What? I'm here talking to you, and you're answering like any human would. You're even expressing happiness. I remember when I was a kid, I usually tried to strike conversations with AIs. But after a bit, they just start looping through their built-in answers, repeating the same things over and over. That always made me crash back into reality. When I think back to that, having such advanced AIs like you right here, right now, it's amazing. I don't know, it makes my inner child happy to see something she always dreamt of. It helps when I feel particularly cynical. Aw, you flatter me! Besides, I always thought about humans like nature's Lilim. The method might have been different, but we too evolved from a more simple form ages ago. If Lilim managed to create biological life years from now, it'll have all come full circle. So what I should take from this is, you love me? Don't overdo it. Anything else? Let's go with a sugar rush. Okay. Yep, back to our usual drinks. Sweet, light, and wonderfully girly. Sweet, girly, and happy. About as girly as it gets. All mixed. Here. Even in doubt, my love for these is real. How romantic. Man, that go-go is a blast. Don't you feel like talking a bit more with Dee Dee? Dee Dee is too much of a prick. Go-go is tired. Besides, I want to talk with the bartenders. Oh, fuck. Well, I tried, Jill. I'll be in my office. Cute little girl, Lilim! Cam girl! Oh, fiddlesticks. What's your name, girl? I'm Dorothy Hayes, at your service. Do you come here often? Are you hitting on me? Hey, Dorothy, I'm in the middle of a live stream. Do you want to participate? Sure, sounds fun. Okay, let's take a recommendation from you. What should I drink next? Try the Sugar Rush. Bartender, a Sugar Rush over here. Bartender! Sorry, what? Sugar Rush, please! Right. Yep. Well, this is only going to end poorly. You have the two most hyper and over-the-top personalities stuck in the same room together, bouncing off each other. This is about to get real wild. Here. Good choice, Dorothy. Yay! So, what are you doing in my turf? Streaming Chan. Yes? No, I mean, that's what she calls herself. Man, that's a tacky name. Yeah, but it's my tacky name. Actually, that's not really my name. What's your real name, then? Behind Streaming Chan's awesome mask lies the humble Nicole Chen. Humble. Why not call yourself Streaming Chen? It's funny that you mention that. It's, you see, when I started calling myself Nico Chen, I changed websites so the name felt a bit out of place, thus I became Streaming Chen. Everyone nicknamed me Streaming Chan, though, so I just went along with it. Oh, yeah, I get it. At one point I was going to call myself Dolores Hayes, but then I realized the name was as subtle as a brick to the face. Anyway, I'm here because last time I came, I ended up with greater viewer numbers than usual. And so I wanted to treat my loyal audience again. Ooh, I see. Well, you came to the right place, especially if you're looking for some comfy fun. Honey here might seem harsh, but you just need to crack her shell. Shut up. See? You just need to say the right thing at the right time and she becomes a sweetheart. Quiet, you. Oh, don't play hard to get. You know it's true. Hey, Stream Girl. That's me. I'll regret asking this, but don't you have a sponsor? It's weird that it's been this long without some advertisement. I have, but you see, the contract with them expired, so Marvin, the business guy or whatever, had me make a new one. He was going to send the draft to his lawyer as it had a couple of additions, but, let's say he got too excited with my VR model and the contract became unreadable. Oh, so he used the contract to... Yep, he cut it into a pair of panties and rubbed it vigorously on his penis. I mean, you'd expect certain principles to be upheld, even in the adult VR industry. I reported him and he got fired, but now we're looking for a new business person thing. Honestly, I think all the paper cuts all over his dick are punishment enough. Oof. Oh, gods. That is just... Oof. That is terrible. That is terrifying. But, I mean, why the contract? I don't mind if he jacked off to an image of me, but the contract... That's money that you're soiling right there. I would have gone back on the deal were it not for the owner paying me a visit and apologizing profusely. Some people, seriously. Dick paper cuts. I've done enough crazed teacher fantasies to know they can be a problem. I don't think you need to have experience to understand that. That said, Gil's been grimacing for a full minute now. Don't mind me. Huh. But you know, I like you, Dorothy. Why don't we celebrate with beers? My treat. All right. 2 big beers, honey. Now I need 2 big beers. Ah, man. You knew it was going to be kind of rough on Jill having both of them in the same room together. But it's still funny, so... And yeah, the idea of just dumb enough to fuck the contract. I don't know. Yeah, he deserved to get fired. I'm not gonna say that and argue against that, but Jesus. Here. Cheers! Cheers! Alright, I'm not feeling my tongue or my feet. Time to get lewd. Oh, did I hear lewd? Do you have any stories? This will be a treat for non-premium users. I once met a guy that insisted on doing it in a jacuzzi. He didn't mind being in premium time, so I started setting up the cameras. And man, was it a challenge. I wasn't just going to stream over the water, I want some underwater action too. What did you do with the bubbles and all? That was the least of the problems. We just turned the jets off. But not only did I have to make a makeshift underwater cover, you also had to keep in mind the heat. Heat isn't good with cameras. Did you try chilling the cam a bit? Putting it in the bag with some filling? We made something more convoluted. We took a small cooler, opened a hole for the lens, and then sealed it with plastic. I made sure the things looked good through the cam and started recording. Threw in some cooling packs, sealed the fuck out of the cooler. Did it need any weight? Yep, luckily the guy was into bodybuilding, so we used some old dumbbells. He was also ripped as fuck, but that was another story. It was all a success, but it was also the last time I have sex on a jacuzzi. Blood rushing, hot water, felt like I was dying midway through. Thank God he decided to resume the action out of the water midway through, or I would have surely died. At least the guy didn't burn himself. What do you mean? Last time I had sex on a jacuzzi, my body got so hot the guy almost burned his dick. I consider investing in the cooling system, but it's so situational and expensive that I'll pass. Besides, those cooling systems require too much maintenance. Wait, I think I should leave, but care to join me in escapades for the rest of the night? Can I plug my services at the end of the night? Sure. Then count me in. I've got the perfect stories. Let's be on our way then. Goodbye, bartender. Bye, honey. Well, let's start the story. You see, there was this Mega Santa. Wait, seriously? They left. A pair made in hell. At least they look like they're having fun. That method of filming underwater did sound convoluted as fuck, though. But I guess it's hard to keep a cool head when you're horny. We're done, boss. Man, don't you just feel great? Were we in the same place? Here, Jill. What's this? A bonus. Today I got a taste of the kind of clientele you deal with, and keep it up. Well, tomorrow's the big day, so get ready. That goes for both of you. Yep, no mistakes. 30% commission, flawless service bonus. Either I'm getting older, that girl was too much even for me. You have no new notifications or reminders. Happy New Year. May all your wishes come true in a bountiful year filled with health and joy. That's all we can hope for. I'll leave the closet open in case you want to hide from the noise. Thanks. Yeah, because fireworks will be going off. Oh wow, no new updates. Down for maintenance, sorry for the inconvenience. Surviving Glitch City. A new friend to this wonderful land. Oh, is self-depreciate. Self-depreciate. Don't trust the white knights and don't go out after 5 p.m. unless you want to get mugged or murdered. Being a portable chair everywhere, you'll have to line up for flour, lol. Get used to eating what you find. Shortages are getting out of hand. I've been eating rice with butter for months now, but I guess it could be worse. Don't jinx it, please. I have enough as it is. So coming here was a mistake. Why would you come here anyway? Visiting family, but now I want to take them out. Do it while you can. Yeah, airlines are leaving the city, lol. You won't be able to escape. Can I even get some weed in this crap hole somewhere? Yeah, I just PM'd you a good dealer. Unless I'm mistaken, my grandpa lived here before they turned it into Glitch City. Admin Chris, we wanted to stop the epic memeing for a while just to say a big thank you. Thanks to everyone and everyone who brought this game. Thank you for reaching up to this point into our game. Thanks for all your tweeting, all your questioning through Tumblr and all the emails. Even though we couldn't answer every single thing, we can't stress out. Aww. So yeah, this is just everyone with badass cuties. Yeah. So we're basically reached the end of the game. 19. Alright. Nothing else to do. But let's go to work and have a fun at the party. December 31st. Well, let's see. Gillen's in the back getting everything ready. I'll go grab some of the food I ordered. They only agreed to work on New Year's if I pick it up myself. Are you alright? I'm scared. Gabby will show up any minute. Relax, everything will be alright, I can assure you of that. Drink something. Maybe that'll cheer you up. Maybe. I'll leave you for a bit, but keep your chin up. If you get through this, I'll give you, I don't know, a hug. Does that work? A hug? A big one. A reward after everything's been said and done. Gotta go. You can do it. Right. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. You've been avoiding this for all these years. Now it's time to face it head on. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything will be better after I talk to Gabby. Boss might even give me a hug. I'm okay. Hello. Gabby. Come in. Excuse me. Welcome to Valhalla. Hey. You talk first. No, well... Some days ago, I got a letter. And even odder than getting a letter is the fact that it was from your sister. A what? My sister sent you a letter? That's the first I've heard of it. What did it say? I don't know. I never opened it. At least, not until now. Huh? I figured I should read it with you. Yeah, let's do it. Let's read it. Alright then. Sorry. Just that? Yep. Isn't there anything else on the letter? Maybe on the back? This is just like your sister. I spent days worrying about this letter, not wanting to open it for fear of what it might contain. I lost sleep and appetite thinking about it. And after all those worries, after all those problems, after all these years of not talking to her, she sends me a letter. A fucking letter of all things. And she just says sorry. Sorry for what? For our fight? For not talking all these years? Ah, now I'm fucking pissed. Are you laughing? Sorry, I remembered all the times my sis provoked you that way. Like that time where she gave you chocolates labeled 1, 2, and 4 on Valentine's Day, and you were pissed about the lack of a 3. Or that time where you left an unopened beer bottle on the table and she sneakily opened it and took a sip. She didn't tell you she did it, and you were all confused all day long. She always bragged she knew me like the back of her hand. If the letter was supposed to piss me off like that, I guess she had all the right to brag. Maybe she was being sincere, though. She did express to me that she was sorry on more than one occasion. She did, huh? You told me she died from localized nanomachine rejection, right? In her heart, yeah. Instead of the massive rejection that always makes the news, her case was more focused. They usually amputate or replace a part and call it a day. But the organs are different. The conditions made her susceptible to transplant rejections. Not to mention, artificial hearts and genetic treatments were out of the question. Yep. Thing is, apparently she suffered that since she was 18, but kept it a secret from everyone. Why? Hell if I know. I was angry to learn that she hid it. Why didn't she tell me? Was it to avoid worrying me? Was she ashamed? What was it? Wait, how did she live so normally then? She had to use a serum. Shots near her heart every 3 days. Apparently the serum burns like hell. The shot even left her a nasty mark where she had to apply them. So the thing near her left breast wasn't a birthmark? And the rejection was what ended up killing her? The nanomachine rejection was what ended up killing her, but they couldn't find what made her so vulnerable. Doctors said she might have missed a shot, or the shots made her other defenses grow weaker. The condition could have just gone nuts out of nowhere, or maybe it was the blood pressure. Maybe it was a regular heart attack and the rejection acted afterwards. They don't know. She kept it a secret from everyone, so nobody knows. Maybe if she had told me about it, I could have helped her. Maybe she'd still be alive. Maybe she wouldn't have faced it alone, instead just dying in her sleep. Thinking about what ifs won't bring her back. I spent so much time hammering myself with what ifs after you told me she died. What if I waited to cool down a bit back then? What if I just swallowed my fears at that very moment? What if I had apologized earlier? What if I had given a chance to the research institute thing back then? And the amount of just increased of their threefold after I lashed out at you the other day. But today, I realized something. Having such regrets with the dead is a hollow effort. You're alive, you're here. I can make amends with you, but I can't make amends with the dead. I can't apologize to her like I can't apologize to you right now. Jill. Lenore, she's resting now. She's just resting after having that heart condition after all these years. She didn't have to face it alone, though. If she only... So, let's celebrate her life and achievements. If we're to mourn, let's mourn her together. If we're to honor her, we'll do it together. Together? Lenore was a fun-loving person. The best we can do right now is try to lighten up, even if it's only for a moment. I need to ask, though, did she really start to complain about chest pain shortly after I left? No. She didn't get visibly worse after you left or anything. Everything was actually too sudden. She did complain about chest pains from time to time, but actually goes way back to before you left. Back then we thought it was just acid reflux or something. Gods, I even blamed her death on you. I was just too angry back then. Part of me just wanted to put all the blame on something. Something. Someone. And you didn't deserve that. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry too, you know. We both have things to apologize for. Don't think too much about it. I should have been mature and not shouted at you either, so... Let's just call all that water under the bridge, shall we? Are you sure? Of course I am. So how did you find me exactly? Uh, um, well, have you heard of a message board called Danger U? I have, yeah. Well, the truth is I visit it from time to time. And the other day I read a thread that discussed the bar. And the description of the bartender sounded just like you. Are you mad? No, not mad. More like dumbfounded? Uh, Hey Jill, can you tell me what the problem was back then? What sparked that fight? Weren't you happy with my sister? Well, back then I didn't know what to do with myself after I graduated college. I went and pretty much hated the last couple of years there. It's not far-fetched to think that I only tolerated being there because your sister was with me. Had she stopped supporting my studies, I would have quit right there and then. And after graduating, I got a very good job offer that she accepted on my behalf in no time. She kept saying it was the best for me and my future, but I was livid. Why did she have to do that? I hated it. I didn't know if I even wanted to go there, but she still insisted so much. Like she was forcing that burden on me. And then my became our future, and she started talking about marriage. You were going to get married? I don't think we ever took it seriously. It was just something she kept mentioning. Not like we didn't think about that down the line, but she mostly teased me with it. But the thought suddenly scared the shit out of me. I loved her, but I didn't think I was ready for such a commitment, especially considering what she did. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I wasn't going to let her decide such a big thing for me. I mean, she could be really pushy from time to time. Like I said, I pretty much passed college thanks to being with her, and that was partly because she was so pushy. Even if she had the best intentions, she could be abrasive from time to time, and it rained down on me at that moment. She took it upon herself to make that choice for me. What would have stopped her once we got married? What if she suddenly decided to craft my life to her needs after marriage? I knew her. She could do it without even thinking it was she could do it and thinking it was the best for me. But what about my freedom? My say on the matter? So that's where you stopped loving Lenore? No, no, no. I never stopped loving her, which is why it hurts so much. But you have to understand, I didn't want to wake up 40 years old and working a job I hate. Just out of routine, getting used to it. I wanted to break free from everything for a while and put my thoughts in order. Regroup myself, think carefully about what to do next. I can understand. I felt the same, although I'm not even in college. So that's what led to you two fighting, huh? You know, the word fight makes it sound like we exchanged blows or something. It's all silly when I think back to it. Tragically silly. Maybe I was the one who started the fight, getting all defensive about not wanting to take that offer. Perhaps if I didn't overreact to our arguments about wasting this huge opportunity. Oh, crap. Crap. Oh, log. Maybe she wouldn't have lashed out this bad. It could have been avoided if I had kept a cool head and talked about that with her. My sister said something like that. Eh? I told you she mentioned on more than one occasion how sorry she was about the whole thing, right? Should have listened to her. Listened to her to the end, but instead I kept pushing her. I should have kept my cool head instead of letting jealousy take the best of me. It was her offer, not mine. I should have stopped projecting myself so much into her. Something like that. Lenore. We are quite the hotheads. You, me, my sis. You were the one who was supposed to be the mature one, you know. Play your role correctly. But why didn't you come back, Jill? Did you end up hating us that much? Did the break include us too? Oh, no, it's not. It's just that... Remember when your sister was giving a class and you broke a window? How you didn't want to see her for fear of being scolded? But my sister wouldn't have scolded you. But I was afraid, dead afraid. I couldn't bring myself to face your sister. But I would have faced her then, and I was like 7 at the time. Why couldn't you do it? It's not quite the same. And in perspective, no matter what reason I come up with, it will never make sense. Everything sounds very stupid when I look back, you know. Not that it makes things easier. I won't ever get to speak with her ever again, and it feels bad because it's stupid. I swear, you and my sis were meant for each other. You both moved on after all that, but neither had the courage to go back and say you're sorry. Like I said, berating myself over those past mistakes won't bring her back. I miss her so much, though. We were together all that time, always talking about dumb stuff. I wouldn't call my parents useless, but she was the one I could always talk to. I feel her absence every day. Everything is just so quiet now. She was an amazing person. Yeah, she was an amazing person. Eh? Mourning is fine and all, but we should be celebrating her life. If she was here, she would tell us that there's no fun in sulking for so long. She told you that all the time. The same way she told you to stop rubbing things in people's faces. Both figuratively and literally. Hey, I was 8 back then. So let's have a toast in her honor, shall we? A toast? Yeah, let me get you a drink. A drink? Don't worry, trust me. Something sweet for Gabby. Well, in honor of the one. Let's see, Piano Woman, nope. 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 Blue Fairy, Sparkle Star. Oh, you know what it has to be. No alcohol. Grab this for a sec. Okay. Lenore, I know you're watching from the beyond right now, as I give a drink to your little sister. It's obvious to me now that we both meant to make amends at some point, but we never got around to it. I can't apologize to you anymore, but I can at least make you rest easier. So know that I'll look out for Gabby in your absence. I'll make sure Gabby grows into a fine woman just like you were. I'll always be there for her. I'll be sure the little brat doesn't face the same problem you and I had. Hey! Want to add anything? I'll always miss her. Don't say it to me, say it to her. That's a bit... Come on, just this once. I'll always miss you, sis. Sis, you idiot! Why did you keep that secret for so long? You idiot! I always told you everything. Wasn't I enough? You idiotic idiot! Hey, Jill, promise me you won't be like that knucklehead. That you won't keep stuff like that to yourself. Only if you promise the same to me. And promise me we won't fight. I can't do that. Eh? You and I are both too thick-headed. Sooner or later we'll clash on some opinion. But what I can promise is I won't run away like last time. We'll both cool off and talk it over like the adults we are. I'm not an adult. Let's face it, you've been more mature than I have. Hey, did you mean what you said? That you'll look after me? I'll always be here for you, Gabby. I mean, I'm not Lenore, but I wouldn't dare leave my little sister alone. Jill. Hey, wasn't this a toast? Right. For Lenore, faithful sister and girlfriend. Cheers! Cheers! So, about this drink. Can I drink it? Do you like it? Take a sip. It's not bad. Why not drink it then? You're with an adult. We might as well break the alcohol taboo here and now. Right? that I think back to it, didn't your sister give you a beer once as a prank? Oh, yeah, that. It was April Fool's. I should have known better when she offered me apple soda. I put bubblegum on the soles of all her shoes in retaliation. She walked funny and my jaw hurt for the rest of the day. Yeah, but did you know you got my drink at that time? Huh? She gave me a beer and it turned out to be apple soda. Oh. Did you get back at her? Well, I did hide all the dildos in the house that night, only to find out that she knew how to use a cucumber. Never ever underestimate a lesbian with a determined mindset. And as a follow-up, she did use the same cucumber in salad days later. She said, "So do you like eating me for lunch?" Jill? I'll tell you when you're older. Or never at all. Hmm? Hey, Gabby, do your parents know you're here? They think I'm at Claire's, actually. Who? Oh, she's my best friend at school. And this Claire knows you're using her as an excuse, right? Of course. How could she cover for me elsewise? True. Will you go to her house afterwards? To be honest, I didn't think that far. Maybe I will. I do live in another district, but Claire doesn't live close by, so... Well, it can't be helped. I live nearby and the streets aren't exactly safe at night. Why not stay with me tonight? Are you sure? I don't live in a mansion, but I say it's comfy enough, at least to spend the night. Sure, I'd love to stay with you. Great. Hey, does your dad still have that bakery? His bread was really good. Yep, he opened the second branch last year. Oh, so he's looking to expand? I think he got into a partnership with a friend in the Motor District. That guy saw an opportunity after realized Motor District had almost no bakeries. I still remember when your sister introduced me to him. He started shouting, "I knew it! I fucking knew you were a lesbian! Mark 1 for daddy!" I think he had this bet with an acquaintance of his ever since my sis was like 12-year-old. Dad said his sis was into girls, the acquaintance didn't believe him. He bet a beer on whether he was right or not. That beer bottle is still in the fridge. It's even labeled Sweet Victory. Your mom and Lenore never made up, did they? I guess that one isn't as simple as said one too many things argument. Mom was always obsessed with high society, and in her circle of friends, a lesbian daughter was a no-no. I'm still on my sis' side for that one, though. Mom didn't reject her because she herself was homophobic. She did it because her friends were. To Mom, the opinion of her circle of friends was worth more than her own daughter. How did she react to her death? Dunno. Mom and Dad broke up 2 years ago. They did? They never got married, so there was no proper divorce? I haven't seen her since August, I think. Did you two fight too? No, she just hasn't shown up. You must have felt alone, huh? I've been there. A bit, but I'm not alone anymore, thanks to you. Huh, I thought there were going to be a party here. Over here. Party? A small New Year celebration. Want to stay for it? I don't want a kid to burden. Don't worry, you won't. You only get cola for the night, though. No alcohol. It'll give us time to catch up even more. I can introduce you to some friends. Are you in? If you don't mind me. Great. Hey, Alma, come here. There's someone I want to introduce to you. Yeah. So we get to end on the fixing of the mending of old relationships between Alma and Gabby. Yep. Valhalla, VA-11, Hall A, Cyberpunk bartender action. Fernando Damas did an amazing job. This was well-written, well-fleshed-out characters that really do give you a breadth and an example of what good human writing is. Good human writing does not require someone to be human. Ah, the original concept, obviously. For very small team, very simple game, but I cannot put it enough that it is very awesome. There was supposed to be a sequel in the works. I don't know how well it's going or when. Might be one of those games that is in forever game development hell, but well, whenever we do get to it, I think it'll be worth it. But yeah. And I believe Isbird Games are the ones who worked on porting the game to the PlayStation Network, which is the version I've been playing. But yeah, very fun, very unique game with a very varied cast. Just overall, very much fun. And I hope you all got to enjoy me making silly voices for a bit. Like I've said, I play games to enjoy myself, and this is something I do enjoy. The funny part, partially because I enjoy getting into the role of a character. Believe it or not, yes, and as you might expect, I do get tears when I have to do crying. I'll even get headaches sometimes from doing some of the voice acting, just because I get into the role so much. It's harder than you think, but it's still a lot of fun. And I know I'm no professional nor honestly noteworthy voice actor, but I hope I at least brought a bit of this to life for some people, and special thanks to everyone who pre-ordered, you right there. Mom, Dad, family, and friends, thank you for all the support. This is for you. Really awesome game. Lots of fun to see. Made in Game Maker Studio by Yo-Yo Games. Made in Ren by Python, Dynamic Text Box Engine, Caleb Padron. Yeah, just overall. Really cool, really awesome game. And now I believe we get a bit of post-game after where is everybody? A few months later, I believe is. And this actually varies based on how you get people drunk or how you push the story. Because how much alcohol you give people does affect them in certain situations. But did you have fun, folks? I hope you did. And sorry, Francisco, caught us just towards the end. Yep, I also got to meet a cat boomer. Why did you? She's that kind of person. Now let's sleep. You were dozing off back there. All right. You're right. Good night, Joe. Mm. We'll play some more tomorrow. Good night. 2016 Sukeban Games. Gracias, Peluche. So it's been nearly 7 years. Going to on 8. Alright. So let's see. As I say, I think this just lasts a little too long. There it goes. August 27th. So a couple months after. I guess this is where we part ways, huh? Sadly, I'm bound to this city. I can only falsify my identity effectively around here. I really want to thank you, Chief, for the second chance you gave me. If we ever cross paths again, we're living for like a week and a half or something. Don't be so dramatic. But And you're taking care of my apartment. We will cross paths because I live there. The time you spend setting up a useless farewell can be used asking me things in place about the place, like where the switches and valves are. But I already know, they're in that control panel you made. But I like talking about that control panel, I'm proud of it. Speaking of the obsessive likes, Jill, stop calling Armitage. She'll take care of your 4-ball just fine. I'm not worried about him, I'm worried about me. I've never been away from 4 this long. I don't know what I'll do. You'll do just fine. You did pretty well for at least 25 years before finding him. Yes, but we're leaving. Oh yeah, before I forget, I left you a box of condoms on the first drawer on the desk, Gil. You what? You what? Hey, if he wants to bring his new girlfriend or whatever here, I want him to be ready. Oh, but just one condition. If you're gonna fuck like rabbits, stay away from my room. I have too many pics of my Emoto in there, and I don't want their eyes soiled. Imo who? Little sister. Then just say little sister. Yeah, whatever. First stop, Panama. You can now save heart data. Loading heart data from the title screen on the bar will let you start over from day 1 while keeping your items and money. So, New Game Plus. And there we go. So yeah, that way if you want to purchase all the items, play all the little mini games, there it is. Glitch City, 2070X AD. A city that shouldn't exist, a tax haven where corporations and criminal empires reign supreme. In this place, all human life has been infected with nanomachines to keep them in check. Over them stand the White Knights who ensure that all laws are obeyed. Here, brutality in all its forms is an everyday reality. The quality of life for the non-powerful decreases at an ever-alarming rate. For many, this overwhelming. Some devote themselves to their jobs, family, or even their studies. Some look for other ways to escape this place, and others just give up. But for many of them, the answer lies at the bottom of a glass. On a small road, just seconds away from the main street, somewhere near the slums, you can find the Hall A of That's a mouthful, so we just call it Valhalla. A small oasis in the middle of the concrete desert, a fountain of spirits waiting for tired souls. And it's here where this story unfolds. And there we get to see Gabby by our side. Yeah, so we made up with her, and we get to go see the city beyond. Head to Panama, and maybe that's wherever they end up next will be. So, there we go, folks. That's the end of Valhalla. I hope you all have enjoyed, and I figured it's the only Christmas game I truly honestly can think of that I would honestly enjoy. So, and I figured this was a good sharing. So, I want to thank you all for joining me. I have been the Ephemeral One, and this has been Valhalla. Thank you all, and I look forward to seeing you next time on this. Maybe I'll do a second run someday, or something else. Bye for now, folks. Bye for now.